I moved into my apartment in June 2023. I was paying $1,790 in rent. I just got notified that March 1st, my rent will be increasing to $2,023.
County leaders look to crack down on private companies buying up local properties. A new report is shedding light on that issue. It found that one equity firm increased rent prices at nearly double the market rate.
Susan, this was a real story about Blackstone, a major player in the real estate market, moving in about 2021, right in the middle of the pandemic, and purchasing a large swath of units all over not only the United States, but all over San Diego as well. The new report from the Private Equity Stakeholders Project takes a closer look at America's largest landlord. Blackstone is not quite a household name, but for those who have anything to do with business or finance, they are known as the biggest real estate players in the U.S.
During the pandemic, Blackstone went on a very aggressive buying spree, bought over 200,000 housing units throughout the country.
And yes, they've been busy in San Diego as well, buying.
Almost 60 properties with almost 6,000 total units. So it's a very large number.
The Private Equity Stakeholders Report lays out rents have been jumping 38% on average over the last 3-year period at Blackstone-held properties.
Given that there already is such a crisis of affordable housing and that there were such a large number of affordable units, it's really almost a crime that they are now no longer affordable.
This is another property from Blackstone. It's Mara National City in
All right, let me stop the video right there. What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Andy Matrix. I talk about economic, social issues, and being a digital nomad, traveling to leave America. So look, Blackstone is one of the companies that's buying up a lot of property. So they buy out these properties, and then they increase the prices to make their money back. And that's one of the reasons why the rent is so high in America nowadays.
Well, folks, rent has officially got out of fucking control. It is truly mind-blowing. And this is what happened. This is the aftermath when you let 20 million illegal immigrants up in this country and the demand is high, and this is what you get. They officially announced the other day that there's no state in this country that minimum wage qualifies you. Suitable, affordable, comfortable living apartment. You want to qualify for an apartment for yourself, you got to go down to the fucking ghetto, to the hood. The average American is making under $60,000 a year.
The ghetto's getting expensive.
Who the fuck are living in these goddamn apartments is what I want to know. I'll tell you one thing, though. I know a way to get these motherfucking rent prices down. How about we all just go out in the land of God. All be fucking homeless. We all buy some RVs and mobile homes. I bet them goddamn rent prices will go down then. It is unbelievable for these fucking landlords to be charging this amount of money for some bullshit. And I get it. It's all about following. Once one person do, the other one follows. If one landlord raise their rent, the other one gonna raise their rent too. Especially when it's demand. It's a sad, sad fucking day to see people struggling. Not only trying to pay rent, a property that's not even theirs, but being fucking house poor. Wow.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. There's people that they rather live in their cars than to pay rent, and that's another reason why so many people in America are leaving. Is because what's the point of living in your own country if you can't freaking afford it? You know what I mean? If you can't freaking afford it, I'm trying to fix this damn camera angle. If you can't afford it, everybody is just, we're paying way too much money for rent unreasonably. And again, going back to BlackRock and all these investors, these these Wall Street investors, it's that they're increasing the rent to get their money back. And, you know, housing is a human need. You know, I'm a capitalist, but there are certain things that I think should not be treated like an investment like this, man. Anyways.
At a certain point, people are just not going to be able to live here anymore, bro. Like, it's low-key. It's low-key. They're gentrifying. The same way they gentrify hoods and turn them into nicer areas with Starbucks and Whole Foods, they're doing it low-key to the middle class at this point. Like, you're going to start pushing out middle-class Americans. They're going to have to start moving and getting visas and shit to go to other countries because we can't keep up with this shit. People that are living in normal cities, you know, not even like downtown areas, Miami or anything like that. They're living in like, you know, Ocala and stuff. It's getting expensive for them even that they have to think about moving to places like, you know, North Carolina, South Carolina, Mississippi, Missouri, like places, rural areas where it's cheaper. If they start building a Starbucks or a Chipotle around the corner from you, just know that your rent is going up $400.
Yeah. Yeah, if they build a Starbucks in your neighborhood, rent is going up.
I moved into my apartment in June 2023. I was paying $1,790 in rent. I just got notified that March 1st, my rent will be increasing to $2,023. And before everyone gets in the comments and says, you're doing this, you're making your choices. Okay, first of all, fuck you. I have a 2-bedroom apartment because I have a 1.5-year-old son, and I got this apartment because I researched every apartment within a 30-mile radius of where my dad lives, because my dad lives with my nephew. I'm the legal guardian of my nephew, and I need to be able to have quick, close access to my nephew. I take him to appointments, I pick him up from school, etc. What's shitty is that this is the market rate. So this is pretty standard if you want a 2-bedroom apartment. And mine's nice because it's new, but it's not fancy. It was made really like everything's plastic and falling apart, and it, for all intents and purposes, it's not a quality apartment. It's safe. I love living here, and that's why I'm living here. But I was talking to my landlord, and I was like, listen, I know this isn't your fault. I know you're not setting the prices of these, but what the fuck? This is not like a sustainable, like, how the fuck is anyone supposed to like maintain their tenancy? I said, should I expect another huge rent increase? And he's like, yeah, in September, there's going to be another like.
Should I expect another rent increase? Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Of course there's going to be another rent increase.
$80 to $120 rent increase. And I'm like, so let me get this fucking straight. I had to pay $5,500 to just get into this fucking apartment. I could live in a 1-bedroom. I don't want to because I just figured out crib training with my son. I pay electric and I pay fucking gas, which is another, you know, $100 to $120 a month, like on top of that. I hate that the issue is that I'm at a point in my life where paying another $120 a month in rent is like pissing me off. I know that the solution is to just make more money so that this is gonna happen and I'm gonna have more wiggle room in my budget and blah blah blah. But what pisses me off is if you're not making $6,000 or $8,000 as a single mom a month, you're just like, how are you gonna make it? Who wants to be roommates with people that they don't know? And how many people do you know that you could trust to live with? And
that is true. That is true. A lot of people have to live with roommates, and rent increases. Like landlords are just increasing rent because they can, because they own the place and they can increase it. No other reason. Final video.
I told myself I would never cry on the internet because I think that's so lame.
Uh-oh.
But I just got our rent renewal thing for our apartment complex, and it's going up by $300 a month.
Okay.
$300.
I'm gonna guess she's probably paying about $1,500, because in America that's the average. $1,500. That's like the magic number that a lot of, like, you know, landlords want you to pay. So she's probably now paying close to $2,000
for a 1-bedroom apartment that is not updated in any sort of way. And our complex doesn't even have like nice amenities. Like, we have a tiny pool and a tennis court. Like, this is not a luxury apartment complex. We already pay, with all the fees and everything included, $2,000 a month, and now we're going to be paying $2,300 a month for this tiny apartment. And that's just so frustrating. I don't understand how people can live in this world anymore, and I just don't want to move again because that's so much work and more money, and it's stressful trying to find another place, and it's just so annoying. And now I feel like I need to get a new job. And I just got this job and I like it, but it's not paying me nearly what I need. And so now I'm gonna have to go through applying to jobs again, which I did for like a whole year plus until I found this job.
And it's hard to find a job because the job market is hell. There's still a lot of layoffs. A lot of companies are laying off. There's government jobs that are, you know, people are just getting laid off government jobs. And look, one day things are just going to become so expensive that Americans are just not going to live here. They just will not be able to afford to live in America. They're going to have to either be homeless, live in their car, live in an RV, live in the wild, in the woods, or just leave the country altogether. Just like get out of the country, go down to South Latin America. And then those countries are going to get flooded with Americans trying to leave America. and then prices are going to go up in those areas. It just goes on and on and on. But eventually, the system has to crack. Something has to crack, and these prices got to go down. Whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. Everybody, it's your boy, Andy Matrix. Godspeed.